Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dylan James. I'm a mindset coach that loves to specifically focus on relationships. And before we get into today's video, remember that life is not happening to you, but happening through you. When you become the change you seek to experience, you're going to experience that change everywhere you go. And you are showing the world how to treat you based on what you believe and feel about yourself. And really, you have the power to change the things around you based on the meaning and the value that you're assigning to those things, whether or not you think it's possible for you to turn the situation around or not. And if you can take a step back from everything that is occurring and really relax in your feeling state, build some new healthy beliefs, hold a vision for what it is that you want to create as your experience, and relax into trusting that you're going to be able to create this desired outcome, you're going to see that you really do achieve what it is that you want. In today's video, I'm sure as you can tell by the title, I am using myself as an example of circumstances that I recently went through. I know in my last video, I said, there's been a lot of things that I had to really persist through, a lot of growing that I've gone through. And I was definitely facing some very challenging circumstances. And, I really take the effort to make sure that anything that I talk about on my channel, I'm speaking from experience and I'm leading by example. So today I'm going to talk about some very challenging circumstances that I found myself in, how I dealt with them, and the outcome of those circumstances, which is exactly what I wanted. I was actually able to really come into alignment with what I wanted to experience and materialize it in a pretty quick amount of time with an amazing turnaround in times that were really not that great. So as you guys all know, I took a little break from my channel, and that was because one, yeah, I was burnt out, but also there were some things that were not that great in my relationship that I had to really take a step back and see where I went wrong in my approach. So let's get into what actually has been occurring. So last year, my channel really, really blew up. And one thing that I know in my self concept before was that I become extremely laser focused with anything that I do. So once I set my mind to something, I really, really hold that vision. And I'm really, honestly, pretty good at materializing the outcomes that I want in my life. And you guys have seen on my channel the evolution of my relationship. And not only that, how fast my channel expanded. But on that journey to really helping as many people as I possibly could, I got very passionate about my work. And, I really placed a lot of focus on being there for other people and overlooking my needs and overlooking the needs of my relationship. And even in my self concept, I really stopped focusing on my relationship and the best version of me that could show up in that relationship. And it definitely caused quite a few problems. And, I've really taken a lot of ownership for that. And I had to really look at myself and see kind of where I went wrong in my approach. But to put it simply, essentially, the amount of success that I found myself coming into and the focus that I placed on my channel brought out an ugly side of me in my relationship. And how that materialized was me not being as loving as my partner knew me to be, which you guys all know who that is. That ended up materializing as me not communicating as well. That ended up materializing as me being overworked and tired and not respecting my partner the way that they deserve to be respected. And, this had occurred over a period of maybe like a month or two. And eventually it got to the point where the pressure built up, and my partner, which you guys, again, already know who that is, had this really, really amazing opportunity manifest in their life. Obviously, we were planning on going to Italy, but this thing that manifested for them was a dream that they had had for so long. And the way that I took it really, really triggered me deeply because I was already overworked and not being the best version of me. And I really did not take the news of this amazing opportunity materializing for them that great. And they wanted to include me. They wanted me to be there with them. But I was already not in the best feeling space in terms of my relationship, and it caused a short separation. Now, the amount of disappointment that I experienced in myself for finding myself in that circumstance was really over surmounting, especially to have 50,000 people watching you and to be somebody that is talking about, building the best beliefs and being there for your partner and holding a vision and being the healthiest, most vibrant version of you and creating the relationship that you desired. I became so consumed with helping other people and the amount of success that I found myself in that I lost the focus on my relationship. I did not have a balanced approach. And that really materialized in a very ugly way. So, what unfolded from that point forward was my significant other ended up moving on the other side of the country from me, telling me that they did not want to talk to me anymore, that they did not want to be with me. And I had to really, really take a hard critical look at myself and what beliefs needed to be adjusted and realize and really implement what I teach. I had to literally take everything that I teach and apply it to myself. And I'm not exempt from this, you guys. So, if you are not aware of where, you're not working on your self concept or staying aligned to this version of yourself, sometimes you can slip into unconscious thought patterns and old belief systems. And it really is a daily lifestyle change. So, once I found myself in this circumstance, you know, I had to really pull my energy back and become very, very aware of my feeling state and take that ownership and see what beliefs needed to be adjusted in me. And so when I say circumstances don't matter, I really mean that. I mean, you have to place your focus on being the solution. And for me, that was remembering the version of me that my partner had fallen in love with, the version of me that was kind and sweet and really aligned to the love that I wanted to create. I had to really take the focus off of what would people think of me if my relationship didn't work out, and how am I going to be a mindset coach that focuses on relationships when I couldn't maintain my own. I mean, these were all doubts and fears that I had, and how I approached turning this around and the amount of time that I was able to turn it around in was, I'm very happy for what I was able to apply. So once I identified, what went wrong, what beliefs I overlooked in myself, and, what my fears were, I took the focus off of all the circumstances and I purely worked on feeling better, removing urgency, remembering that version of myself, really focusing on cultivating love within myself while also addressing those beliefs that needed to be changed. And I'm not going to lie, it was a very triggering circumstance for me to be in. And I had to really become very aware of how I was feeling, because I know that when it comes to successfully manifesting what it is that you want to experience, you have to align your beliefs and your feeling state and pleasantly expect the outcome. But where I was for a little bit was extremely triggered by everything that was going on around me. So I applied what I teach on my channel. I took a mental vacation from it. You guys, I had to definitely remove the urgency, and I took a lot of ownership and accountability for the mistakes that I made. And on that journey of soothing myself, and I did a lot of working out, I did a lot of cleaning my spaces, keeping myself organized, working on those beliefs. Once I finally got to a space of inner stability with myself, and I had felt that, I had really shifted those beliefs and came back into that version of myself that felt the way that I did when I had that really happy, stable relationship, I was then able to hold a vision and trust that it was going to unfold. And the way that I did it, I don't want to really go deep into the specifics of what I was doing. It's stuff that I've already talked about on my channel, but slowly but surely I got that communication in, and I was able to persist through a lot of the resistance that was there. And the first thing that I did once I got the communication in was focusing on how I could build that trust, show that I had made this genuine change in myself and really was monitoring my feeling state, not trying to force or manipulate, but being very understanding and sympathetic and patient and kind, and knowing that this vision would unfold. And I definitely was met with challenges along the way. But in a matter of about a month and a half, 2 months, I was able to turn the circumstance around from, I don't ever want to talk to you again, get out of my life, I don't want to be with you, to being together again, moving across the country. The distance didn't matter, being with one another, spending the holidays with each other. And now our relationship is better than it's ever been. We're closer than we've been. We've been able to communicate so much more clearly. And I had to really, really take a step back and apply what I teach on my channel. And I had remarkable success, and I continue to have remarkable success with it. So I wanted to come on and share this with you guys because I know some people felt hurt with me, taking a step back from my channel and not posting content. But I also had to really become aware of what my doubts and my fears were. And I had to sit down and really have some honest conversations with myself and shift my focus away from those fears, doubts, and insecurities, and the constant rejection that I was getting in the circumstances that I was faced with, and soothe myself and find a space of inner stability and calmness and build those beliefs, and then go in the direction of cultivating that loving feeling within myself again, and holding this knowing that it was going to unfold. And I think I was able to do this too because, I have seen a lot of evidences of manifestation, the byproduct of mindset work in my reality before. So I knew that, I could do it even though I was getting that rejection. And I felt confident with my ability to fix the relationship. But I had to really become very disciplined with what I was doing, how I was influencing myself, the thoughts that I was entertaining, what I was allowing myself to feel. And I cannot stress enough the importance of really finding a general sense of stability first, and before you even apply any sort of technique. But um, again, I just wanted to share this with you guys because, I was in very, very pressing circumstances. I know a lot of people that come on my channel say, like, my person's in another country, or they're really far away from me, or I haven't spoken to them. Like, how is this going to unfold? And I know I'm just a person on the internet that has posted a lot of videos, and I have quite a bit of subscribers. But, you know, the main thing that I want to say is, if I can do it, you can do it. But you have to really genuinely commit to being that change and trusting and realizing there's no urgency. If this person is important enough to you to go through this experience of growth and really applying what I talk about, you're going to have success. But you have to be really genuinely aligned, and you can't do that from a sad, heartbroken, desperate state of being. You have to actually address the beliefs that need to be changed. You have to actually really be aware of your feeling state and entertain the desired outcome in a pure way, trusting that it's going to unfold. So again, I just wanted to share this with you guys because I didn't want to make it seem like I just came into all this success and then disappeared. I actually, I'm human too, and I encounter circumstances, and I'm not perfect, and I still make mistakes, but I've had enough level of awareness to realize where I've gone wrong, and I know how to adjust myself to augment myself in the direction of my dreams and my desires, and I will do that for anything that's important enough for me. So I hope this message inspires somebody out there to see that even if there's time, even if there's distance, even if your person's telling you no, they never want to be with you again, you can turn it around. I did this in a relatively short amount of time, within a month and a half, 2 months, and I had a lot of resistance to this. I got extremely triggered, and it just really boils down to, is this important enough for you to make the change? Are you being honest with your feeling state? Are you letting your doubts and fears get the best of you? Do you need to take a little bit of a mental vacation from this topic and build your beliefs until you can come into a new state of being and pleasantly expect this outcome? You don't have to give up on the people or the things that are important to you, but you just want to make sure that the approach you're taking is one that is aligned and feels good and feels healthy and actually addresses the changes that need to occur. So with that being said, This is me being honest and open about, I'm not perfect. And if I can do it, if I can manifest this desired outcome, even when everything was stacked against me and 50,000 people were watching me, then you can do it too, if it's important enough to you. Okay. So I hope you all enjoyed this little story time. Um, Again, things are really amazing with me and my relationship now. We see each other pretty much every day. It is back to how it used to be. And the biggest thing that I can say that helped me was really realizing where I was in my feeling state and addressing those beliefs that needed to change. It was my self-concept. It's always going to be you. It's something within you. You have to be the change. I had to be the change. I had to take ownership for the mistakes that I made and ask myself what beliefs created that? Where did I go wrong in my approach? And then readjust myself and trust that it was going to unfold. And if you can do that in a patient, loving way and in a calm way, you're going to be successful. As always, I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.